Okay, let me see. It says the mic is on. The camera's working. Okay. Alrighty. So this is an audio check. I'm going about 5 minutes early here just so I can make sure everything's working properly today. If you can hear me, please let me know. Nope. All right, so I guess as an introduction, I didn't do it in the first video. I was kind of disheveled because of all the technical difficulties. But essentially, my name is seann.lyon. I'm a student at Carl D. Perkins Job Corps Center. I've completed basic security, advanced training security, and right now I'm enrolled in the college program obtaining my associate's degree. I've been working out for about 2 years consistently and about 6 years total on and off. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that I can help the students stay engaged and stay working out while they're at home during quarantine. And yeah, I mean, I've been in charge of security's physical training for approximately 1.5 years now, and it's just something that I love to do. I have quite a plethora of knowledge, so please feel free to join me here. What time is it? 2:57. So today we are going to be working on our abdominal, our core, and the reason why the abdominal muscles are so important is because they are the epicenter of all of your body movements, regardless of what you're doing, whether it's sitting up out of bed, bending down to pick up trash, making sure you don't fall over, walking, jogging, jumping. It's your balance center. It's the area which keeps you stable. And so, like I said, it prevents you from falling, prevents you from twisting, but it also allows you to bend forward or bring your legs up if you need to. So, without further ado, we're going to begin, and I like to warm up the joints first. We're going to be using a lot of hip area, maybe some shoulder area, neck when we're doing sit-ups and everything like that. So we're going to warm all that up, get the muscles nice and warm so we're not pulling anything or hurting ourselves. So first things first, just like yesterday, we're going to warm up the neck, shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, and ankles. So for the neck, all we're going to do is bring our head back and forth a few times. I would like to apologize if you hear a dog barking in the background. She's old and she thinks she sees and hears things that are not there. So please bear with me. So back and forth, we're going to go up and down now. Get the vertebrae and the throat muscles warmed up. Shake your head like you're saying no. Or if you're in another country, I'm not sure what this would mean, but just back and forth. All right, so next we're going to roll the shoulders back. Begin getting that nice and warmed up. Usually what I like to do at the start of any exercise, regardless of any area that I'm targeting, I like to warm up the entire body because you never know. There are supporting muscles and supporting areas of the body which you may unknowingly use to help you support yourself in other movements. So rolling forward. Next, we're going to get the elbows. We're just going to kind of fling our fists a little bit, not too hard. We're not trying to pull anything. Like I said, we're just getting it warmed up, stretched out a little bit. And then next we're going to do wrists. Just kind of move your wrists in a circular motion. And then go back the other way. All right. So now this is going to be everyone's favorite. You can put your hands on your hips and just do as SpongeBob says, bring it around town. So just kind of move your hips in a circular motion, big, wide motion. I'm losing balance because I'm going too big and too wide. Yesterday it was a nasty day, rainy, gross. I had to do this in the garage and I had barely any room. I'm a 6'4" guy and I was doing it in probably a 5-foot space. All right, so knees, you're gonna bring your feet together, hands on your knees, and you're just gonna dip and turn. Now, everything that we do here today, you will be able to do with no equipment. You can do it in the safety and privacy of your own home, back the other way. And it's for any level of fitness, whether you're just beginning or advanced. I like to try and keep it nice and simple for people. All right, so we're gonna get the ankles. I don't know if you can see that, but just roll one at a time. Go the other way. All right, switch feet. Back the other way. Alrighty. So now we can get into warming ourselves up, getting our heart rate going, getting a little sweat going. If you're not sweating, you're not warmed up. That's my philosophy. So the first thing that we're going to do, we can just start by simply jogging in place. Start warming up the calf muscles. Lee, I'm gonna get used to this camera thing. All right. Start doing some butt kicks. Now, you guys don't have to keep up with me. Go at your own pace because we're all at different levels of our experience. All right, let's get some high knees. Make sure you're tightening your abs. You do not want to have a bloated ab look. You have all the muscles in the world, but if you look like you got a beer belly, I mean, I guess some people like that. Some jumping jacks. All right, back to jogging in place. Let's do some simple arm spins, arms straight out, small circles forward. All right, go back. Up and down, kind of like you're a bird flapping in the wind. Forward, backwards. Hold, make fists. You want to get some blood pumping to the forearms. We will be doing some planks. We'll be doing some, I like to call them plank ups. Probably a bit of, a lot of planks, Spider-Man planks. We'll be doing some mountain climbers, that sort of thing. So you want to make sure your arms are nice and warm. All right, let's get the abs. So on this one, hands behind the head, and you're going to bring your elbow across your body and your knee up. As you do it, squeeze and tighten. And the best way I can explain doing that, essentially try to suck your belly button in and up, and you'll feel a nice tightness. So hands behind the head. It's sunny, so I can't see that. Oh, thank you, Miss Compton. All right, so hands behind the head. And like I said, suck in and up, and then crunch. And we're going to alternate. 3, 2, 1. So in, 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 in. It's a little warm out today, probably about 85, but I've gotten pretty used to it since having to come back from Kentucky. And do this for a little bit longer. Cool. Okay, one more. Now this next one's pretty easy. Make sure your feet are a little bit past shoulder width, and all you're going to do is have your hands up, go down, touch your toes. You're crossing your body. So go down, touch, back up straight, down, touch, back up straight. So let's begin. 3, 2, 1, down. Now what this is doing is it's warming up the obliques, the lower back, and stretching out your glutes a little bit. Another important muscle group for posture and balance and stability. You'll notice a lot of people, they've got abs, but kind of like me, at the very bottom, their lower abs poke out a bit. That's because they've got weak glutes and they've got weak lower abs. And so their hips roll forward a bit, causing that little sushi roll. Some of it could be your BMI, but for the most part, people will have, I believe it's called a posterior tilt in their abs or in their hips. Pelvis, there we go. Okay, do this a little bit longer. See, I'm already starting to sweat, but it's probably because the humidity is at about 80%. And I'm an easy sweater. Alrighty. So that'll essentially conclude getting our muscles and joints warmed up. I'm going to grab my little timer here. Let me see. So what we're going to start with, we're going to start at the lower abs down here. There's many parts. We're going to start lower abs, which a lot of the time involves bringing your legs up towards the upper half of your body. And then we're going to work on our obliques, which is twisting, both enforcing twisting and halting twisting. And then we're going to move on to the upper abs, which is where you bring your upper half of your body down towards your feet or the ground. It also helps prevent you from going backwards, like bending back. And lastly, we're going to get the serratus, which is those little fish gill looking muscles that you see a lot of people with. Now that involves pushing. That's also known, that's also known as the boxer's muscle, because it's a muscle group which enforces punches, which is all boxing is. It's a sport involving punches. So we're going to get serratus, upper, obliques, and lower. But we're going to go from bottom up because by the time we get to the upper muscles, you're probably going to be already tired. And it's a lot easier to work out the upper muscles than it is the bottom because when you work out bottom, you're lifting essentially half your body weight when you do it. So the first thing that we're going to do here is going to be flutter kicks. Let me make sure I'm far enough back. If you guys can't hear me from back here, please feel free to say something in the comments. I'm going to turn this way, actually. So flutter kicks, all this is like yesterday, we're going to lay down, hands under your butt. You bring your feet up about 6 inches, and you're just going to do little flutters. Now, if you want to incorporate more muscles and have a challenge, you can actually go back and forth as you do it. And that'll help incorporate more muscles as you go along. So we're going to do about 4 exercises, 30 seconds a piece. Take about a 1-minute break or so, or a 30-second break, and then we're going to move on to more exercises. We're going to keep rinsing and repeating that. So 4 for 30 seconds a piece. It's about 2 minutes worth of exercise each round, 30 seconds of break in between each one. So I will explain each one. So the first, like I said, flutter kicks. Then we're going to do scissor kicks. That's over and under. After that, we're going to move to bicycle kicks. And then we're going to do toe or rope climbers. What rope climbers are? No, I'm changing my mind on that one. We're going to do leg lifts. So after bicycle kicks, we're just going to do leg lifts. Now, when you do leg lifts, you want to make sure you raise your lower back or your butt up off the ground. So let's begin. On the count of 3, flutter kicks first. 3, 2, 1, start. Now with any ab exercise, as I said, make sure you're keeping your belly button sucked in as much as possible. With flutter kicks, keep your legs or your heels off the ground about 6 inches. You don't want to bring them all the way up, and if you're letting them hit the ground, that's not helping you either. 3 seconds until scissor kicks. 2, 1, begin. You're just crisscrossing over and under. Keeping that belly button sucked in so you don't get bloated abs. Unless you want that, that's totally up to you. About 10 seconds. Bicycle kicks in 3, 2, 1. Hands behind the head, crisscrossing, kicking out. Crisscross your elbows across your body and make sure you're kicking the opposite leg out. Leg lifts in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands under butt, legs out, straight up, back down. Straight up, back down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. All right, 30 seconds. So the next group of exercises we're going to do is going to involve isometric or static holds. So we're going to do a standard plank. Excuse me. Then a plank on the side. Go on your left side first. So you're going to be laying down, hips off the ground. And switch. And then I'll stop that. You'll get a little extra break. And Spider-Man planks. Let me see. You're going to be in a plank position. And you're just going to bring your legs in like so. It's kind of like a, I don't know, plank climber, Spider-Man plank, whatever you guys prefer. So first things first, a standard plank. So on your forearms, body off the ground. We're beginning 3, 2, 1, go. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes and keeping your abs tight so you don't sag or raise your butt too high off the ground. 10 seconds. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll to your left. Same concept. Keep your glutes and your abs tight. You don't want to sag. You can put your hand on the ground for support, or you can put it up here. It's totally up to you. 15 seconds, and then we're going to roll to the other side. I'm actually going to flip so I can stay facing y'all. 3, 2, 1. Switch. I hope you guys have been having a wonderful break / quarantine. Plenty of time to rest, recover, maybe do some meditation, some yard work, school work, etc. Lots of free time. All right, Spider-Man planks. Get in the plank position and bring your legs in. One at a time. If you want a little challenge, you can crisscross under yourself. And break, 30 seconds. All right, so next up, we're gonna do mountain climbers. Now, essentially mountain climbers, you're gonna be push-up position, and you're just gonna bring your feet in while you're climbing a mountain. The next one, I wanna do rope climbers. I'm gonna stop this so I can explain. Rope climbers, on your back, feet straight up. Now this is more upper abs and obliques, but we're gonna start transitioning anyway. So feet up, like you're climbing a rope. Just reach for your toes. If you can't touch your toes, it's okay. Just reach as high as you can. Oh crap. All right, and then the next one, we're gonna do ankle taps. So you're gonna have your feet together on the floor, knees bent, laying down. You're gonna go side to side, tapping your ankles. So that's number 3. And then the last one of this set is gonna be Russian twist. So if you can't keep your feet off the ground, it's fine. Just make sure you're leaning back. You don't want to be on the ground. You don't want to be up here. Get a nice good middle. You're just going back and forth. All right. That'll be the 4 exercises for this particular set. And then we're going to take a minute. I need to dump some cold water on me. It's getting hot. So first one I said, mountain climbers. Get in the push-up position. And like with the Spider-Man planks, you can crisscross under yourself for a little extra challenge. All right, 3, 2, 1, resume. We're going at our own pace. There's no cadence, there's no particular number. Just put in your best effort. That's how you know you got a good workout, if you put in your best effort. Okay, 10 seconds. Get ready for rope climbers. On your back, feet up, go. Up. Am I still in there? All right. Remember, every ab exercise, keep your core nice and tight. 10 seconds. Moving to ankle taps. 3, 2, 1. Feet down, legs bent. Tap them ankles. Back and forth. This one seems pretty simple, but then your obliques and everything else start hurting. Make sure you're breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Russian twist. Go. Sit up. Feet down or off the ground. Touch the ground with your opposite hand. Reach across your body. Make sure you're tapping the ground. Three, two, one, break. All right. Good to see you, Tamara. We still got plenty to go. We're taking a quick break. I'm gonna step out in the grass and dump some water on my head real quick. So. Oh, that felt nice. All right, so I got one more isometric set of exercises. These ones I picked up along the way. I'm not quite sure the name of them. I think one of them is a bird dog pose. You can actually do that one on your hands and knees if you would like, if your core strength isn't as strong, or if you want to be more advanced, you want a little extra challenge, you can do it in the push-up position with your knees off the ground. Totally up to you. Either way, just make sure you're keeping that core nice and tight. All right. So I hope you guys got your water and your break. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. All right, so these are going to be 30 seconds apiece, but each side, let me demonstrate first. All right, so for this one, like I said, you can do it like this or with your knees on the ground, but all you're doing is you're going to raise left hand up, left foot out, left hand, right foot. Yeah, so you're going to hold it like this for 30 seconds. After that, we're going to switch and hold it. Now, like I said, if you want a little extra challenge, you can do it in the push-up position. So push up, make sure your feet are spread out a little bit for balance, and raise opposites and hold. 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Now this, if you can actually get yourself to hold it, you will find that your balance and your stability will greatly improve the more you practice doing this. All right. And the second one is just the opposite. I'm sure some of you know what the crab walk is. It's like this. But what we're going to do is stay here. Keep your butt. You don't want to sag down here. That's not helping you any. So keep your butt up. Ooh. And then raise and hold. And then switch after 30 seconds. Raise and hold. All right. So there's 2 sets on each one, so we can get both sides. 30 seconds apiece. So that's 2 more minutes of isometric holds. All right, so the first one, we're gonna do the bird dog. And the second one, let's call it, I don't know, the crab hold, something like that. If you guys know the actual names, feel free to put them in the comments. Let me know so we can correct this. All right, so on the count of 3, we're gonna do bird dog. Like I said, you can do it on your hands and knees, or you can take your knees off the ground. It's up to you. On the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, start. I'm trying to do both sides. Make sure you're keeping that core tight. This is also working a little bit of shoulders, a little bit of glutes. It's like an isometric compound exercise. For those who don't know what compound exercises are, it's working more than one muscle group. 3, 2, 1. I clearly got to work on this a little bit. This is new to me. I only recently started doing it. So, tad bit shaky. Trying not to fall. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll give y'all a couple seconds to switch over. On the count of 3, we're going to start the crab pose. So let me bring this over here. Miss Compton, if you can, please tell Miss Urban I'm busy. All right, so on the count of 3, let's get up. I'm going to have to decline this call, I'm sorry. 3, 2, 1, go. Go. Like I said, make sure you're keeping your ab tight. You don't want your butt to sag. Hold. Got 10 seconds. You'll feel your body wanting to tilt. That's one switch. That's one function of your abs is preventing that tilt. This one is a bit more advanced. I have yet to come up with an easier alternative. 3, 2, 1. All right. That was fun. Remind me to never do that in public again. Alrighty. So for the next ones, this is where the sets come in. I'm going to kind of stop using the timer here. We're going to start doing some basic exercises. So sit-ups, crunches, reverse crunches, the new slide crunches that I found recently. Really basic stuff. We're going to do some serratus workouts. There's one in particular that I can't remember the name of, but it works very well. And then, like usual, I'm going to finish off. We can do a nice little bear crawl shuffle, get everything that we worked today. So, okay, cool. So first step, we're just going to do a basic slide crunch. That's going to work a lot more your upper abs. So for this, you're going to sit, feet up, like you're going to do a sit-up, lay back, hands down here by your hips. You're just going to slide your hands up to your knees, all right? Now, I kind of like this a lot more than a basic crunch because it gives you a target of how far you need to go. And you, in my opinion, you get a little bit more crunch to it. So let's knock out, let's do 20 of these, and then we'll switch over and We can do some, I believe they're called jackknives. Like I said, please correct me if I'm wrong. So let's begin. You don't have to go at my pace, go at your own pace, but I will be counting out loud in case you want to. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure you're sucking your gut in. 7, keeping it tight. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, one more, 20. Awesome. All right, so the next one, I know I said jackknives, but I like to try and do things in a flowy manner. So we're going to do reverse crunches. Now what this is, hands are going to be behind your head. Instead of raising your elbows up to your knees like a standard crunch, you're going to bring your knees to your elbows. All right, it's going to look kind of like this. Again, that's going to work a little more lower abs. So we're going to do 20 of those. Everything's going to be a set of 20 so we can make it through the entire set list. On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Feet up. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. You guys are keeping it up and staying with me. You're doing an awesome job. Thank you very much. So next, like I said, if this is the wrong term for it, please feel free to correct me. I do not get offended. I take criticism pretty easily. So what we're going to do here, we're going to land our side, legs straight out. One arm, elbow on the floor. The other arm, hand behind your head. Now what you're doing is you're going to crunch, and you're going to try and touch your elbow to your thigh or your knee. All right? We're going to do 20 of those on each side, and you're really going to start to feel it all along your side and your obliques, and maybe even a little bit of your hip because you're using your hip muscles to raise your leg up. All right, so on the count of 3, we're going to do 20, flip, and do 20 more. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway. 11, doing awesome. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 3 more, 18, 19, 20. All right, let's switch sides. After this, we're going to do some funky little thing to try and get our serratus going. All right, so on the count of 3, hand behind the head. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice how 7. I'm also bringing my elbow down. 8, trying to get that crunch. 9, 10, halfway. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 more, 19, 20. All right. So we're gonna do a couple more and then call it. Oh yeah. Very sunny, about 85 degrees with 80% humidity. Welcome to Sarasota. All right, so like I said, we're gonna try and do some serratus. Now, the function of your serratus muscle, the little fish gills right here, is to push. Now, you might think, well, we can do push-ups and that's great, but not necessarily. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be in the push-up position. We're gonna try and push our, almost like we're trying to bring our back up through and between our shoulder blades. Like we're trying to wrap our shoulder blades around to the front of us. So we're going to be standard push-up position, and we're going to push. It's going to look kind of weird, but trust me, you're going to start to feel it in here. You're going to feel it a bit in your rhomboids, and probably a bit in your anterior deltoids, your rear shoulder muscles. And then after that, we're going to go down into the plank position and do the same thing and try to push in the plank position. Now, if you guys have extra room to be able to do reverse bear crawls, where you're going backwards in the bear crawl position, that is probably one of the best ones that you could do without going and getting gym equipment and stuff like that. So, like I said, push-up position, keep your abs and your glutes nice and tight, back straight, and all you're doing is pushing up. Almost like a cat trying to puke up a fur ball. That's what you want to look like. All right, so we're going to try and do 20 of those. If you can't, it's okay. Don't feel bad about yourself or anything. We all started somewhere, and I'll be surprised if I can do my own workouts. So I like to set much bigger expectations for myself than I should. All right, so on the count of 3, we're going to get in push-up, and we're going to start. I'll count out loud and do 20. 3, 2, 1. Puking like a cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway there, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 more, 16, 17, shaking a little bit, 18, 19, 20. All right. Awesome. I'm going to give myself and us a tiny little break. I can't do that. This is for Job Corps. All right. So I said next, we're going to go plank position. And it's going to be the same thing. You're almost trying to crunch your elbows together without sliding them on the floor. And you're arching your back like you're a cat trying to puke up a fur ball. All right. So plank position and then puke like a cat. Don't puke because that's kind of messy. All right. So plank on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Puke like a cat. 1. We're doing 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 7 more, 14, 15, 5 more, 16, 17, 18, 19, 1 more, 20. Okay, yeah, I feel that in my armpits. I don't know about you guys. Hey, that's fine. As long as you guys are putting in your best effort, that's all that matters to me. So, last but not least, I love to do bear crawls, but I'm sure like you guys, I'm doing this in a small area. So I came up with an alternative here. I call it the bear crawl shuffle. Essentially, all you're doing is you're in the bear crawl stance. If you don't know how to get to it, crouch and put your hands on the floor. You're in the bear crawl position now. All you're going to do, take a couple steps forward, a couple back, go back to the center, and then to the side. A couple of times, and then back to center. So you're going to do 2 forward, 1, 2, back to center, back 2, center, to the left twice, right twice, and then to the right, and then back to center. So it's 2 center, 2 center, 2 center, 2 center. It's pretty simple. If you mess up the order, it's fine. Guarantee you, you're going to feel it regardless. I'm going to get my timer. A little sip of water real quick. All right. So on the count of 3, for about 1 minute, we're going to do this last finisher, bear crawl shuffle. Like I said, 2 forward, back to center, 2 back, back to center, 2 to the left, back to center, 2 to the right, back to center. Almost like you're doing a dance on your hands and knees, like a square dance or something. I'm getting my 1 minute timer, and if y'all can hear it go off, and that's when it's up. All right, so on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, start. So 2 forward, back to center, 2 back, back to center. I just kicked the chair. 2 to the left, back to center, to the right, back to center, and then forward. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Forward, back, back, forward, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the left. Woo! I'm feeling this everywhere. 1, 2, 2. All right. So like I said, if you want to get nice, defined fish skills, backwards bear crawl, it's probably your best bet. That and the little cat puke thing that we did. Thank you. So, pardon me, I'm out of breath a little bit. That concludes the workout for today. I will be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, to do, I guess we can work on legs. And then Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, We're going to work upper body. So we're going to try and target biceps, triceps, shoulders, traps, chest, and even forearms. If you guys would like to join me in the future, feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. That's all. Thank you very much for joining. See you guys tomorrow.